Thanks for joining me for another video game development video. Today we're talking about Global Game Jam, what it is, how it works, and my experience participating in it. For those of you who have never made a video game before, the term Game Jam may seem a bit odd, but essentially it's a limited time period where developers like myself have an opportunity to build a video game. It could be a month long, 5 days, 48 hours, or some even less than that. Global Game Jam is a 48-hour period from Friday night till Sunday afternoon. And it's less of a competition. Where some jams may be more competitive, Global Game Jam seeks primarily to get community together. At my site this year, we had about 20 participants and produced 11 games. This year, the theme we were prompted with was duality. I came a little late, so I decided to join in the jam as a solo developer. After some brainstorming, I came up with an idea for a board game-like style game where you play as a mail company, competing against other players to build the largest company possible. By moving mail trucks around the map, you can deliver packages. But be careful, because other players may hijack your truck and steal it for their own fleet. The duality is about delivering as many packages as possible, but also being cautious of other players. By Friday evening, I had set up a grid-like board to play on, and a selection system to pick 2 to 8 players. Next, I made it so each player is assigned a random color, and their customers' houses are assigned the same color, so a player can deliver products using their trucks. It's getting late, so I wrapped things up at the jam site and went home. I figured I could squeeze a couple more hours of development in before sleep became a necessity. I made the map a little more 3D for a better gameplay feeling and decided to start development on the actual trucks. Each player starts with one truck. You can click on this truck to open up a menu and see necessary information. Things like what the truck's name is and what product it's holding. Here you can also plan the route for your truck and move it on your turn. I plan on each truck being limited to 1 path per turn. It was a good, productive evening, but I'ma hit the hay now. Back at the jam site with everyone else now. This morning, I plan on adding products to buy, sell, and transport. I set up a warehouse menu to show you all the products that you can buy and put in your trucks. At the top of the menu, it shows information about whichever truck you have currently highlighted. By clicking on a product, you can see more information about it, like buy and sell price. When you buy a product, it will automatically go into whichever truck you have selected. I used a Unity component called Scriptable Objects for the first time to build up my products library, and I found it incredibly simple and intuitive. Would definitely recommend the Brackeys tutorial on it, link in the description. After some playtesting, I decided to add some minor tweaks. I changed the warehouse menu to only show information about whichever truck you have parked out front. Meaning, in order to fill up your truck with product, you actually need to drive it back to your warehouse. By doing this, it meant that the whole game process was a lot slower. Because each truck could only move 1 time, you would put it out to the map, wait a turn, bring it back to the warehouse, get product, and wait a turn, and it just felt really slow. So I changed it so that each truck can move 2 times per 1 turn. I also added the ability to hijack other players' trucks. If you can manage to make it out to the location of another truck and have more money than that truck is valued at, when you land on it, it will automatically appear back at your warehouse as your second truck. As well, a new truck will appear in the other player's warehouse because theirs was just stolen. At this point, I was feeling pretty good about where the game was at, so I decided to take a stab at some art and sound. It was getting pretty late again, so I headed home for another evening development session. I added a nice visual map to make the game feel more like an actual city. I switched out the cubes for houses and the trucks for actual trucks. As well, I switched out the placeholder text on the buttons to icons. Sunday morning was mostly polish, fixing all those last-minute game-breaking bugs and uploading our projects to itch.io and the Global Game Jam website. I added one last tooltip feature to help give the player more information on their turn. But then we hit the deadline. I love the community that you get to connect with in events like these. We ended off the game jam by presenting our games and showing each other what we had created. If I were to continue development on this game, I'd probably add online multiplayer support so you can play with your friends anywhere in the world. I'd want to switch out the UI so it's not default Unity buttons anymore, and I'd want to play around with the camera to give it a bit more 3D feel if possible. But those are just some ideas. Do you guys think I should keep developing this project? Let me know down below. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace!